Welcome back, everybody. So I wanted to talk about while I'm doing a flex pipe job on a Ford Explorer. It's a return customer who went to Ford and they wanted to do AC lines and evaporator and all this stuff, and it only needed one line. So what I wanted to talk about, and actually returned to get the flex pipe fixed that was leaking when we checked it, and the rear brakes that are low. So I've worked at Midas for 10 years as a manager and a technician. I went into many different shops that they had and brought them up to the standards of, either closing them or keeping them running. So basically we go in and get the store, running. Back then we had a plethora of technicians who wanted mechanics jobs. Today, I don't know where they're at. They're all at. They must be in school learning, if you want to call it that. But the point to the story was work conditions. So at Midas, they pretty much had really good work conditions and more modern stores, the newer ones. And I started in the 90s. So what I mean by that is the winter we had sufficient heat. They had radiant heat. We didn't have any fans in the shop. So long ago, when the environment wasn't the way that it was, I think a technician could actually survive in the shop without fans. Worked at a gas station on the weekends in a 4-bay, newer build, radiant heat, which was sufficient in winter. Summertime, no fans. I worked for a Midas shop in Philly, huge shop, flat roof, sufficient heat, insufficient airflow. The building actually had a giant exhaust fan that barely did anything, and one fan for 7 bays. It sucked. And I went to work for Meineke, and this includes lighting too. So lighting was good at Midas, lighting was good at the gas station. Old model Midas on Frankfurt Ave, lighting was horrible. Meineke Frankfurt Ave, no fans, horrible lighting. So once I started, recognizing some of these things that the mechanics needed in the shop, some places would allow me to do certain things and some places would not. So Midas, no fans. Meineke, Frankfurt, no fans. And it could be changed today. I haven't been there in 18 years. Inadequate lighting at Meineke Frankfurt. The owner actually let me add much needed lighting to that facility, which helped tremendously on looking at cars. I know a guy in Frankfurt Ave, Frankfurt and Comley, not so good heat. I don't think they had fans. I'm not doubting anyone. I'm saying work conditions. Like today, it's very tough in the shops that we work in to not have sufficient heat and air. Air conditioning's, a blessing if you have that environment, but it's very expensive, and I don't have air conditioning in my shop. But what we do have is what I try to make myself comfortable and my staff comfortable is a porta-cool, and then we have ceiling fans, which don't really help. They've been here since the building was built. But I have 3 portable fans in here. 2 are from Harbor Freight, 2 big ones. And a technician can take a fan with them to each job. And I feel that's a benefit, trying to make themselves comfortable, let alone myself comfortable. It is like a heat oven under a vehicle or over top of a vehicle, and the heat just stays in the building unless it's designed to remove the heat, or if you're have the budget for air conditioning, depending on what it is. The point of this story is I hear that where Jude's working his apprenticeship, where it's a paid apprenticeship, they have ceiling fans and there's no fans. I they got to have 40 technicians in there dying, 40 unhappy people. And it wouldn't take much for the owner of that facility to buy fans for the guys. I mean, 40 guys times $100 or $200 or $500. I mean, it's going to make a happier workplace for your employee. When I worked for Meineke Frankfurt, they had 3 welders because that's how much exhaust work they did. And same thing when I purchased my store. I have 3 welders too, and we did a lot of exhaust work. Now, you know, I don't really need 3 welders anymore, but there's times that we do. But they did every day in Meineke Frankfurt. 3 guys are welding basically all day long. And when I bought this place, we were welding all day long. Hence, I purchased 3 welders. It just makes it easier. We have a TIG welder too and a plasma cutter. When I worked for Midas, we had 1 welder. They didn't really do too much welding. They were more on the quality side of direct fit. Even though Meineke did do direct fit exhaust, we did an awful lot of welding. So, bathroom with hot and cold water. Some bathrooms don't have hot water. Just try and make your technicians as comfortable as you can, even if you have an older build. I could only imagine what it's like in some shops that are older building models than mine. It's got to be so abusive in there. But yeah, take care of your technicians. If you're shop owners, make sure they got fans. I know porter cools are expensive, but it will make for a very, very happy employee when it's unbearable temperatures. And I'm sure there's some shops that are in climates that are hot all the time that are taking care of the technicians, but I'm sure there's a lot of shops out there who are not at least trying to do that. We have a refrigerator that's community for the technicians. We buy water and Gatorades, and it's all open for these guys to consume every day. Even when it's not hot, it's primarily waters, or if we find something on sale, energy drinks or whatever their favorite thing is. But yeah, you definitely want to take care of your technicians, let alone take care of yourself. I thought it was just me because I'm getting older, but the younger guys are saying it's brutal. And Jude works at another shop and saying that it's brutal in there, and that shop has been there forever, and the owners have never done anything to make their technicians more comfortable. Thanks for watching.